The problem with most online businesses these days is it's going to involve you working day in, day out with no end in sight. So in this video, I'm going to break down the exact business that I do $2 million a year with while I only spend an hour a day. It's not as complicated as a lot of people like to make things. In fact, I'm literally buying items like this Nike sneaker right here. It's selling on Amazon for about $82 right now. And we can buy this exact same pair of sneakers on sale at a different website. You can see right now they're doing a little bit of a buy one, get one 50% off sale. And when we use a free Chrome extension called Capital One Shopping, we can see today there is a 20% off flash sale on top of that. And so I'm literally buying items like this sneaker, where after all those coupons, we're going to end up buying this pair of shoes for $36 a pair, which means we make over $25 in net profit. And as promised, I'm going to break down how we sell millions a year of everyday products like this with just an hour. But if you're more on the beginner side of things, the way I'm able to turn this one example product, you can do the exact same thing, turn this one example product into a ton of profitable leads for your business. Now that we know that Amazon sellers are buying this shoe profitably from websites like Rack Room, we can go down to the offers tab of our product research tool SellerAmp, and all we have to do to find more winning products is start opening up the other storefronts. And on these storefronts, you can see the exact products they're carrying. Right there, there's the product that we already found profitably. And so there's a good shot that if we Google some of these other products, we're going to be able to find them cheap enough on other websites like Nike, Shoe Carnival, Champ Sports, all these different options here that we can then flip that exact same item on Amazon. But there's something I want to be very transparent about with this process of finding those items like that I just showed you. It takes a lot of time. In fact, when I first started selling on Amazon, I was a full-time college student. So I would go to classes. Sometimes I'd be looking for items in class. I was working really hard. I was working after school to find even more profitable items. But the problem that I see with a lot of online businesses is that's all you're ever going to get to do, right? You're going to have to send cold emails all the time. You're going to have to fulfill orders and help people if you're running an agency. All of these different online businesses that a lot of people are talking about involve you yourself working a ton for years on end. And so that was not the business I wanted to start. I wanted to start a legitimate business, not just a random side hustle that allows me to make some money. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I want you to have a legitimate business as well. And so using that exact method I was showing you, literally just looking at items that other people were selling profitably, I was able to scale my Amazon store to about $20,000 to $30,000 a month in sales. And like I said, I was busy. I was in school full time. So it was at that point that I used the first major time-saving technique that I want to put you on today, and that's by hiring virtual assistants. So if you are, or once you do get to the point where your Amazon business simply needs more help spending money, you're making good profit, but you're just running out of time to find items, what you want to do is start looking at websites like onlinejobs.ph. This is basically a marketplace where you can hire Filipino virtual assistants. So if we search online arbitrage in this box, for example, we're going to see a ton of people who are listing their services on this website. And right now there's over 450 qualified people that have experience in online arbitrage, where we're literally just buying those name brand products and flipping them. And as you can see right here, a lot of these virtual assistants, they're looking for jobs in the $3 an hour range, $4 an hour, $6 an hour. And so it's relatively affordable for us as American business owners to come in here and hire fantastic help from countries like the Philippines. These are also pretty well paying jobs in the Philippines. They're not having to go out, risk getting hurt. They can stay at home with the family, all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure you can relate to that too. If you're watching this, you probably want to be able to make a little bit more money online. That's exactly what these people right here are trying to do as well. So I've hired a team of virtual assistants from online jobs. A couple other times, literally just by posting out on social media, hey, I'm looking for a VA, and you never know what might turn up. The way that my virtual assistant team is structured, I have a team of product sourcers. Those product sourcers are all finding great winning items that they're then sending off to our team leader. Our team leader is reviewing those leads. He's deciding if they're good, how much we should buy, and then he's forwarding that information on to our buyer. The buyer's job, literally his only job, is to spend money. Last week alone, he spent about $40,000 of my money, and most of that money was spent on items that I've never seen, and a lot of them will start making profit on before I even know what it is. I also have an administrative virtual assistant who does ungating, IP complaints, and all just like that nitty-gritty type stuff that can really add up as you start to scale your Amazon business. And when you do hire your first virtual assistant, it's probably going to be for something like product research. And when they're doing product research, hopefully they're going to be spitting out big sheets of items that look exactly like this. This is just a random selection of some leads that our team found way in the past. But I'd really recommend setting up a Google Sheet with your virtual assistants just to have them put some simple information about the leads that they're adding, where they're finding it, the ASIN, the product name, all that stuff, obviously. But I would also really recommend leaving some feedback on these sheets. So let them know why or why not you're purchasing the items, let them know how many of those items you're going to end up being able to buy, because you really want to provide good feedback through the process. The better the feedback you leave, the better trained your virtual assistant is going to be, and the more money you guys are going to both be able to make. Because one other thing I want to mention that's going to help get the most out of your team is to make sure you have some kind of performance-based incentive. So for my product research team, the leads that they find, they're actually going to get paid out a percentage of the profit that their leads generate. That way, when I make a ton of money, they also get to make a ton of money. And then when their leads aren't doing so hot and we need to see some improvement, they're going to feel that. They're not going to get as big of a bonus, or maybe no bonus. And it's going to be a little bit better of an encouragement to dive in, see those leads that were winning, the ones that were making a ton of money, so they can find more products like that. The other thing I've done to pull myself out of the business, and you might honestly want to do this literally today, is hire a prep center. Basically, what a prep center does is when we buy items like those profitable shoes we found at Rack Room, we can ship that item directly to a prep center. That prep center is going to receive, box, and ship out all of our inventory to Amazon on our behalf. And typically that's going to come with a per unit fee anywhere from $1 to $2 per unit. But for that per unit fee, they're going to take care of all the physically touching and seeing the item that you have to do. And it's because of prep centers that I've sold over $2 million literally since I've seen a single one of the items that I've sold, which is pretty cool. So if you want to find one of these prep centers, I really just recommend Googling Amazon FBA prep center. This is from my friend Chris Grant. A lot of you guys probably know him already. There's just a ton of lists out there of prep centers that are somewhat validated. People have at least submitted to be on these websites and all that. And something you'll notice is you can honestly save time and money by leveraging a prep center. With states like Delaware, there's no state sales tax. And so let's say you were to work out a deal where you're going to start shipping all of your inventory to this prep center called Boxset. When you buy those items and ship it to the prep center in Delaware, there's no sales tax. So for me, I was paying about 10% sales tax. You're probably paying at least 5 or 6% sales tax. If you're buying a $50 item, that's going to be at least $2 to $3 in sales tax. Where if you send that to a sales tax free prep center, there is $0 in-state sales tax. And instead, you're going to pay a small business $1.50, $2 to prep that item for you. So not only are you saving money, you're also not going to have to touch the items. And even if that money breaks even for you, that money's going to a small business somewhere like Delaware versus Uncle Sam, which is probably a little bit better for all of us. So if that's you and you're spending a ton of time prepping items, you got money sitting on the sideline, you should be spending that time buying items. I'd really recommend looking into a prep center. I wish I had done it way sooner. And basically everyone who does use a prep center always tells me they wish they had done it sooner. So with all that in mind, like I said at the beginning of this video, this is not an easy business to start. When I was first getting started, it took a ton of work. If you're looking for the next get rich quick scheme or whatever it is, selling on Amazon is not for you. The things that actually work will take genuine effort, and Amazon actually works. So you have to give it genuine effort. But after you do and you master the basics, you know how to source products on your own. I made this video so that you can see what's possible in the long run. You don't have to be working on this business 24/7. In fact, if you are working on it constantly, after a few years, I'd almost say you're doing something wrong. And so hopefully this quick video helps cast some vision and let you know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel of working really hard towards your financial future. So if you want to dive deeper into this kind of stuff, I'll leave a link down below for our next free live workshop. We go over a ton of high-level product sourcing information. I talk even more on delegation, the type of stuff we've been talking about today. Again, these classes are completely free. Go ahead and click the link down below. Even if this date has passed, we do them every couple weeks, so I'd love to see you on the next one. And if you guys did get value out of this video, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. That helps me out for adding some value to your business. And also let me know if you have any questions, comments, anything like that. Feel free to leave that down below and I'll get back to you. But I really appreciate you watching this video, and I will see you next time.